a pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to game number 2 live from Shreveport, Louisiana on the campus of Centenary College. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Carl Schoening, Nathan Height helping us out as well. Again, we want to thank the generous hosts here at Centenary College for having us today, part of the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships live here on SHN Sports. Game 1, we saw a good one, Carl. You had that game, and now we move on to game 2 here in this contest as we are getting set to get things rolling. In game 2, of course, it's Centenary versus Dallas. Centenary entering today's contest 12-10, 15-21 overall, 12-10 in the SCAC under head coach Mark Swear, the assistant coach Whitney Patterson. For the Dallas, the University of Dallas Crusaders, they're the 6th seed, 2-20 in conference play, 7-31 overall under head coach Caitlin Dykes, assistant coach Cassie James. But we are set for a great game here this afternoon. And game number 2, as we will carry all of them here on SHN Sports. We'll have 4 games total today, and then we'll have 5 games tomorrow, and then we'll finish up with that final game, maybe 2 on Sunday. But, Carl, it's been a fun one so far. We're out here in the sunshine in Louisiana. It doesn't get much better than this. We just need some boudin, baby. Then we'll be good to go, Carl.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, that first game, Schreiner jumped out to an early lead. Trinity wasn't able to overcome it. So Schreiner will go ahead and take on TLU at 4 o'clock today. The winner of this game will go on to play Southwestern as TLU, and Southwestern got first-round byes in this double elimination tournament. And now Centenary has very similar looks to the Schreiner uniforms if you were watching our first game. So it is Centenary out there, not Schreiner playing a doubleheader.
Well, Centenary, you'll see them as red or maroon on the scoreboard there as that 3rd seed. Dallas, the 6th seed, of course, in blue. The jersey colors for Centenary, they're in striped white, maroon, and gray. The numbers in white, the letters across Centenary in that maroon color. For the Dallas Crusaders, they'll be at bat first here to lead off in the top of the first. They're in their royal blue jerseys and white pants with Dallas cursive written across the front numbers and that writing in white. Well, again, we are set for a good one here this afternoon on the campus of Centenary College. Thank you to Matthew Lofton and all the fine staff here for helping us get set up. And we want to welcome all of you into the YouTube broadcast right here, right now on SHN Sports. We'll go over starting lineups, of course. Dallas Crusaders will lead things off. Batting first, the shortstop, number 7, Caitlin Stevenson. Second in the order, the catcher, number 5, Madison Couts. Third, the third baseman, number 28, Julie Duenas. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 13, Liz Cordova. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 2, Caitlin Lazarick. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 8, Bree Torres. And the 7, 8, 9, the right fielder, number 6, Mackenzie Tano. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 17, Karina Campo. And batting ninth, last but certainly not least, the second baseman, Bree Hell. And Caitlin will start things off. The pitch on the way to her in the zone for a strike, an early 0-1 count. Aldridge on the mound, Nicole Aldridge on the mound for Centenary. She'll get the start as she will pitch to the left-handed batter. In the box, 0-1 as we are just underway. Next one hit foul right behind us. Almost a one-arm grab by the fan back there, Carl, as it went into the stands.
Yeah, that would have been a nice snag, but everybody here in attendance has to keep on their toes as a foul ball has been known to go into the stands a couple times.
We counted 0-2. Right-handed pitcher again on the mound, or in the circle. You got to watch out. We're calling softball, not baseball. This pitch too far to the outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the circle, the right-handed pitcher, number 6, Nicole Aldridge. She has a 4.12 ERA, 3 wins, 6 losses in her 19th appearance, starting her 8th game here in 2019. And a 1-2. Her next delivery on the way. This one up high, took a ball, 2-2 even count. Good eye to start things here for Caitlin Stevenson. Aldridge has pitched 56 innings, allowing 44 runs on 71 hits. Next one popped up into the air. This may be catchable. The first baseman, Smith, over and makes the grab in the on-deck circle for the first out on a 2-2 pitch. We're 1 away here in the top of the first. So a good start here on the defensive side. Of course, we talked about Aldridge in the circle, Hurley the catcher. Gillette at first, Wilkinson at second, Smith at third, Magoo over at short, and then from left to right for Centenary, it's Gonzalez, Campbell, and Johnson. Now batting the catcher, number 5, Madison Couts. First pitch on the way to her is a ball, 1-0 early count on Madison Couts. Here the University of Dallas dugout already singing here this afternoon, saying, "Go, Maddie." Another pitch here, and this one in the zone for a strike to even it. Aces across the board at 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Madison, a freshman, averaging .237, playing in her 27th game, her 77th at-bat, 9 runs on 18 hits. The next one hit foul into the net just in front of Carl as it drops down. 1 ball, 2 strike. Carl, we only had one come back and slam our equipment back in that game 1.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't anything valuable, just a little piece of plastic. But, yeah, you got to be on your heels here if you notice anything coming right at you.
The 1-2 on the way. This one hit over to second, trying to beat it out, and she will not get there in time. Great job by Wilkinson over to Gillette for the second out. Quick 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring up third in the order, the third baseman, number 28, Julie Duenas.
Now batting number 28, Julie Duenas.
Well, Carl, I got to tell you, man, we'll take things happening quick here as we are in the sunshine. A little bit of wind, though, finally giving us some cool air.
Yeah, feels like a Texas day. It was 64 to start off the morning, and it's at 80 right now.
Duenas, the sophomore, the first pitch on the way to the right-handed batter, a swing and a miss. The early count 0-1. She's averaging .424 in her 37th game. She's played and started all of those, her 119th at-bat. 50 hits. She scored 13 runs on those. She has doubled 7 times, 4 home runs, and 24 steaks cooked here in 2019. Next pitch to the outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on 2 outs here in the top of the first. Duenas, of course, the third baseman. Her University of Dallas team been on a skid here this season, and they're trying to rebound things here in this tournament. Next one low for a ball, 2-1. Talk about a Dallas team that they're averaging only .263 batting. The opponents that they play, .371. They're on base at .313 compared to .422 for their opponents. Aldridge, next delivery, this one. She heard me. She said, "Put that to rest, baby." And she'll single over to first to get on here with a 2-out single. Good hit there by Duenas, Carl.
Yeah, you got to try and get anything going when you can. And the final out still needs to be recorded at the end of the half of the frame. And Duenas obviously taking advantage of a pitch that she saw and sent it into center field.
It'll bring up, cleaning up fourth in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Liz Cordova. It says Cordova. The pronunciation said Cordava. This one hit over the first base side for an early foul ball. 0-1, the early count here on Cordova. Next pitch there, even count 1-1, high and away. We'll go with Cordova. We'll try to get an actual correction on that. We've heard both. This one over in foul territory, just shy of the University of Dallas dugout, and the count at 1-2. And Carl, I've seen that last name pronounced both ways as well, Cordova or Cordova.
I'm not sure I've ever seen it pronounced both ways, but we'll go with it because you got to read the pronunciation guide.
Hey, that's what we're doing. 1-2 on 2 outs. Base runner on first. After the single on 2 outs, the next delivery. Wind up and got her across the plate looking for the third and final out. Good job there by Aldridge to leave things as they are. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. And the University of Dallas Crusaders leave 1 on base as we are middle of the first. Carl, been a good start so far, and wanted to definitely thank our good friends at Mac Haik for their travel here to Louisiana. Mac Haik in Georgetown, Texas. Mac Haik Ford, specifically Terry Leggett and our friends there. So we appreciate the travel. We couldn't be here without that Ford Transit van, man. And the pronunciation is Cordova. Cordova. We got it from the PA guys and the assistants. Thank you, guys. Cordova. It's going to take my brain a while to get that one, Carl, because you see the spelling and you got to just get it.
I think we just heard a third way to pronounce that name. There you go.
We've heard three. Cordova. Is that what y'all said? Cordova. Okay, we got it. Well, again, thanks for joining us here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Carl Schoening here in game number 2 of the 2019 SCAC, the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference softball tournament. We had the honor and privilege of covering this tournament last year in Georgetown, Texas, and we are very generous and thankful for the generosity of the SCAC to allow us to come back here for a second year. And we got a lot of baseball, Carl. This game, we've got 2 more to go. Or softball, you're right. And then tonight, we've got several games going on. We'll finish with 4 games and then 5 tomorrow. I'm still in baseball mentality because we got high school baseball back in Texas in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, right now we have the college conference playoffs, and a big opportunity here for Centenary to maybe take advantage and open up a early lead, as we saw that happen with Schreiner over Trinity.
Third-seeded Centenary, 12-10 in conference, 15-21 overall, of course, under head coach Mark Swear. Leading off, the right-handed batter, Terry Johnson, or the left-handed batter, beg your pardon, the right fielder, Terry Johnson. She'll take the first one for a strike, 0-1, as that one went through the zone. She's a freshman averaging .276 in her 35th game, her 32nd start, her 88th at-bat. The next pitch on the way. And this one low for another strike, 0-2. And that's maybe the first time we didn't see hardly any get behind the catcher in that first game, Carl. Of course, It was a strike.
No, just got away from the catcher there for the University of Dallas, Madison Couts.
Third toss on the way from the circle. Runs up to it, and this one out of the reach for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second inning. It's Terry Johnson, the freshman. She has 4 RBIs, 4 ribeyes. Trying to cook another one here, but she can't do it without anybody on yet. Next one on the way, and another ball to even the count at 2-2. So she's down 0-2 early, kept her eyes on it, brought this back to an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the mound is Paige Rasmussen for Dallas. Next one, she'll stay alive as this one goes foul off the third baseline. The count remains 2-2. Rasmussen
in the circle there, trying to get off to a good start, as she has an ERA of 3.63, and this is a record of 2-6 when she's been the pitcher of record. Only appeared in 10 games. This is her 8th start, but she has thrown 4 complete games so far. We'll see how long she lasts today.
This is the 6th-seeded University of Dallas Crusaders. The next one, again out of the zone, brings it to a full count. So after going down early 0-2, now to full count, the payoff pitch coming up on a 3-2 on Cassie Gonzalez. Gonzalez, left-handed batter, trying to single her way over. And she will not be able to get there in time as she hit that one up to the circle for the first out.
That went off the bottom of her bat, and that just barely results as a hit and a ball put in play instead of hitting her. And there you go. That was an out right there, but unfortunate start for Terry Johnson.
Yeah, and I think I may have got ahead there and accidentally mentioned Gonzalez. It is Gonzalez now at bat, the left-handed batter. Second in the order, the left fielder, number 27, Cassie Gonzalez. Pitch on the way to Gonzalez. Runs into this one, hits it into the gap over past first, and she'll have a single as she hit it right there over as it rolled to right. And Gonzalez on with a hit.
Now, the corners were really playing up, and that led to easy hit there for Gonzalez, as unable to make a play on it was Campover first.
Brings up third in the order the first baseman, number 24, Wendy Gillette. Another left-handed batter here for Centenary. The runner on first. Thought about trying to take off over there was Gonzalez, and she can steal bases. She's attempted it 11 times. She's been able to be successful on 8 of those 11 attempts. First pitch was a ball to Gillette, 1-0 early count. Gillette, the senior, averaging .369 with her leadership. Next one came across in the zone for a strike. 1-1 even count here on 1 out. Gillette in her 37th game, 36th start, her 134th at-bat, looking for her 39th hit of the season. She's got 18 runs. 1-1 delivery. Runner takes off, trying to steal over to second. She'll dive, and she is safe. Another stolen base. Gonzalez was 8 for 11, make it 9 for 12, as she stole in a scoring position over at second. Count here at 1-2. That pitch to Gillette, a strike moments ago. Next wind-up and delivery. Throwing over, trying to get a runner out as Gonzalez will dive back over to first, and a weird sequence of plays there, Carl, and the batter will be able to reach over to first.
Yeah, the catcher, Couts, there was unable to hold on to strike 3, so we saw Gillette take off for first, and instead of going for first, she caught Gonzalez off the bag trying to head for second, and instead of getting in a rundown, Gonzalez was able to get back to second in time, and despite the strikeout, there will be runners at first and second and only one out.
Batting number 3, Sydney Hurley.
Brings up fourth in the order, the catcher, number 3, Sydney Hurley, back to a right-handed batter. First one over across for a strike, 0-1 early.
Yeah, 3 straight left-handed batters to start this ball game, and Hurley, the cleanup hitter, and catcher, first right-handed batter.
Sydney Hurley, the senior. So we go through 3 seniors in a row here from the 2, 3, and 4 spot in the order. 323 in her 35th game. Pop this one up. Catcher trying to make a play, diving and has it off the first base line. Runners will have to stay where they're at. Great job there by Couts, able to get under that one for the second out.
Yeah, Couts definitely on her toes, was able to track that, found it right away, took off her mask, and needed to make a dive, and what a great play.
Player Aaron Lewis.
Brings up fifth in the order, the designated player, number 8, Aaron Lewis. Or fifth in the order, Aaron Lewis, a freshman averaging .265 in her 37th game of the season. Her 103rd at-bat, 27 hits, getting 13 runs off of those hits. First one on the way. Called a ball, 1-0 early count. Well, Carl, all that we can hope for this afternoon is that the SPF 50 actually works. I was worried about my ears earlier, but I remembered those are covered.
Yeah, everybody is going to need to put on sunscreen here. It's going to be a long weekend.
1-0, this one will drop. Short, not able to make the play. Centenary going to try to come home and trying to avoid the tag, but she is out. And, man, that is a tough break for Centenary, as if she would have been able to stay at third, that would have been bases loaded. But with 2 outs, that will put an end. And Coach Swear is going to talk things over here to the home plate umpire, Mr. Charles Van Zant.
Yeah, Gonzalez really wanted that run, but I don't know what exactly they're talking over. It looked like a pretty clear-cut play that Gonzalez was caught on her way to home, and she was out in plenty of time. But there might be something that he saw that the officials didn't, and let's see what the umpires decide to rule here as they'll talk to him. But I think we are heading into the next frame.
Yeah, Charles Van Zant, the home plate umpire. First baseman, John Reinhardt. At third base is Darrell Woody. They had a conference amongst themselves. Now they're talking things back over with head coach of Centenary, Mark Swear. And
wow, it looks like
a lot of confusion, Carl.
Yeah, but they're gonna come out and play defense now after that.
Go.
Yeah.
Half inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on base.
So in that inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 on base. We're through 1, top of the second coming up. We'll step aside and take a quick break. SCAC tournament action on SHN Sports continues in just a few moments. Welcome back as we get started here in the top of the second inning. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Carl Schoening and Nathan Height on SHN Sports. Centenary versus Dallas here in SCAC tournament action as we start things in the top of the second inning. University of Dallas back at bat. They went through 4 batters. They'll start with their 5th, the designated player, number 2, Caitlin Lazarick. First one on the way, in the zone for a strike, 0-1. Back in that first inning, Dallas only getting that 1 hit. Next pitch, called a ball, evens the count at 1-1 on no outs.
Yeah, Lazarick, the designated player, needs to get things going here as she's a .256 hitter, and that's her role here to try and help out Paige Rousman.
Well, she'll pop this one up and grounds it actually, and the throw out over at first. Great field work from short. It was Magoo over to Gillette for the first out from short over to first. Great field work. Brings up 6 in the order, the left fielder, number 8, Bree Torres. Bree Torres, the freshman, averaging .241 in her 39th game played and started. 113th at-bat. 10 runs on 27 hits. She'll hit this one over to right field in foul territory. Making the grab at the line for the second out is Johnson over at right field for Centenary. A quick 2 up, 2 down. 7th in the order, at bat for the first time this afternoon, the right fielder, number 6, Mackenzie Tano.
Number 6, Mackenzie Tano.
Tano, a junior, averaging .229 in her 35th game, 97th at bat, 22 hits. That turned into 9 runs. She's got 4 RBIs. The first one in the zone for the strike, 0-1. Aldridge only allowing that 1 hit on the third batter back in the first. As she's in the circle, winds up, delivers, and boy, close there on that inside right thigh, but just a little bit out for the ball.
Yeah, from my angle, it looked like it might have grazed her jersey, but she was able to get out of the way of that, and she's not claiming to have been hit, but yeah, that was real close. She was able to duck out of the way.
1-1 count. Yeah, you got to wonder, too, because the softball, of course, a lot bigger than a baseball, Carl. I would think it would maybe, bruise a little bit more than a baseball. Swung around and missed on this one to bring the count to 1-2 on 2 outs. My coordination, Carl, was always horrible. I could never really play baseball or softball.
Yeah, you need good coordination in this sport.
1-2 pitch to the outside brings the count even at 2-2. In fact, I played, Carl, for 3 games in one of those little, rec leagues, kind of a Parks and Rec league. I had to quit. The team was like, "Can you leave?" 2-2 popped way over the fence and off the Virginia's Place concession stand sign. Count remains 2-2. Here in the bottom, or beg your pardon, in the top of the second inning, this one popped up over to right, chasing it back. Johnson, and for the second time in the inning, she has the grab on the fly over to right. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on as we are through 1.5. Bottom of the second coming up. We'll step aside and take a quick break. 2019 Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament continues on SHN Sports. Welcome back to Centenary College here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Rob Hipp alongside Carl Schoening and Nathan Height. Appreciate you joining us for the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships here on SHN Sports. And leading off here in the bottom of the second inning And be 6 in the order, the third baseman, number 20, Margot Smith, for Centenary College. And they did have a hit and a stolen base in the first inning, and that's about all she wrote here for Centenary. They left 2 on after a strikeout swinging, but it got away from the catcher and able to reach at 1-2. This one off the glove of the catcher. Luckily, nobody on. The early count, though, 0-1, as it did go across. We'll see if Couts and the last few pitches letting a little bit get away from her here. She'll try to regain her composure there behind the plate. 0-1 early count here on Margot Smith. Rasmussen's delivery on the right hand windup. Away from the zone. Has the ball to even the count at 1-1 on no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. We're scoreless here in game number 2 of the tournament. Smith over to center. Communication and the grab right at center. Good job there by Cordova for the first out.
Now batting number 7.
Go to the bottom. Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, just Rasmussen had a little trouble at the beginning of that at-bat. Was able to place it high into the strike zone and get a pop-up.
Takes us to the bottom 3 in the order, starting 7th, the center fielder number 17, Haley Campbell. First pitch on the way to the right-handed hitter. And goes across in the zone for a strike. 0-1 early count here on Haley Campbell. Campbell, a junior, averaging .247 in her 37th game of this 2019 campaign. 24 hits, getting 12 runs on those 24 hits. Takes the next one for a ball as she looks at it. Aces across the board, 1-1-1. Rasmussen's 1-1 delivery. This one too low, and she'll reach there, Carl, as she was hit. That's the first hit by pitch that we've seen.
Yeah, and that's a good way to go ahead and get on base, not worry about the rest of the count. And that was a slow pitch coming on in, so if you're going to take one, go ahead and just let that one hit you.
Well, I always say when you get hit, the tattoo shop's open. It got open early here in this game. It'll bring up 8th in the order, the second baseman, number 2, Jamie Wilkinson. She'll hit this one foul, just shy of the net in front of us. The early count 0-1. 1 away here in the bottom of the second. No score. Jamie Wilson, a freshman, averaging .214 in 20 games. She started 7 of those. Her 29th at-bat here. 6 hits and 2 runs. Trying to add to her numbers here. The next delivery on the way. She'll place this one over third base, throwing over to first, out on the fielder's choice. But runner will advance over to second is Campbell. So Wilkinson out on the choice for the second out. That'll bring up 9th in the order. Last but certainly not least, the shortstop, number 33, Becca Magoo. Becca Magoo, a sophomore, averaging 191, 34 games now. She started 29 of those, including this one. Her 69th at-bat, 13 hits, 8 runs on those hits. First delivery on the way. Just inside for an early ball, 1-0 count here on 2 outs in the bottom of the second. On time here, Rasmussen getting direction from her catcher. Second one a ball as well. 2-0.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch just didn't quite go right where she wanted it. She was aiming for that high outside corner and stayed a little high for her.
A little bit of a discussion now as scouts will head over and talk things with Rasmussen in the circle. A beautiful afternoon here in Shreveport, Louisiana. The temperature, what'd you say earlier, Carl? We were in the lower 80s when we started.
It's 80, yeah.
80, man.
Mm-hmm.
But with
it
that
feels
high
hotter.
noon right on us.
These players have the benefit of at least moving around a little bit, spending a little time in the dugout. We have it just cooking us.
We'll have to hire somebody, if you're listening, show up over here and just hold a cover over us. Just kidding. Pitch on here. High throw over to third. Runner sliding in and safe at third.
Now, Centenary puts a runner right at third, but still 2 outs, so the ball needs to put in play, and a base hit needs to come here from Magoo in order to score that run. They've had a couple threats there at third, but haven't been able to bring anybody across yet as we're still scoreless.
Campbell picking up her 11th steal of the season. 2-1 count on Magoo. She'll hit this one foul way over the first base side and over the fence and behind the concession stand to even the count at 2-2 on 2 outs. An opportunity here to cook a steak and bring in Campbell. No score on the board. Centenary, the 3rd seed here in the 2019 SCAC Championship Tournament. Dallas, the 6th seed. Rasmussen, her delivery. Got her looking for the strike for the 3rd and final out. That's Rasmussen's 2nd strike in this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on base.
No runs, no hits.
We are through 2 as we move to the top of the 3rd inning. We'll step aside and take a break. SCAC tournament action on SHN Sports continues in just a moment. Back in action here as we start things in the top of the 3rd inning. Leading off 8th in the order, the first baseman, number 17, Karina Campo. On the mound, Aldridge remains for Centenary. University of Dallas. Campo will hit this one over to second. Wilkinson with the field over to first to Gillette for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how quick it goes. And it'll bring up last but certainly not least the second baseman, number 4, Bree Hale.
Now batting number 4, Bree Hale.
Bree Hale, a right-handed batter. She'll hit this one over to left. Gonzalez makes the grab, and man, 2 pitches, 2 quick outs here to start things in the top of the 3rd. That time will fly over to left.
Now batting at shortstop, number 7, Caitlin Stevenson.
That'll bring us back to the top of the order. The shortstop, number 7, Caitlin Stevenson. She's 0 for 1 as she popped one up over to third for the first out back in the first. A left-handed batter for the University of Dallas. She runs up, and the first one out of her strike zone for a ball, 1-0 early count. So it's the 3rd pitch of the top of the 3rd inning. Stevenson. Next one she swings on late, hits it foul off the top of the net just to our left side off the third base line. Even counted 1-1 on 2 outs. Dallas playing 22 games this season. They're 2-20 in the conference. 7-31 overall. They enter this contest or this championship losing the last 6. This one hit over to second. That's a base hit. Over to first she goes, and that's a single for Stevenson. And so the University of Dallas picking up their 2nd hit of the afternoon. No score here in the top of the 3rd. Brings up second in the order the catcher, number 5, Madison Couts. She's 0 for 1 this afternoon. She grounded one over to second, thrown to first for the 2nd out, back in the 1st. Aldridge's delivery. This one foul over off the first base line, way deep over near the corner at the 192 mark. Early count 0-1. Well, again, here at Centenary College, left field at 199, left center at 204, straight away 212, right center 193, and over on that right corner it's 192. The fence here is 10 feet high as you've got a little bit shorter field. They make up for it by putting up a higher fence. They saw the home runs dramatically go down once they put that fence up higher. Normally you see them sitting around 6 feet. Again, this one up at 10 feet. We did see a couple of home runs, though, back in game number 1. 0-2 count. The last pitch to count's a strike. Aldridge lets the next right-handed wind up. Too far to the outside. Brings up the first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on 2 outs. Schreiner took the first game, that one that started at 11 a.m. to lead things off here in the tournament. Next pitch hit foul and off the net in front of us. Staying alive and battling here. The count remains 1-2. Trinity will play in Game 6 tomorrow at 12:30 as they lost to Schreiner. Next one hit again, foul. So the battle continues, 1-2 on 2 outs. Schreiner will play Texas Lutheran later today at 4 p.m. That game actually coming up next here on SHN Sports. 1-2. This one hit infield over to the second baseman for the grab and the third and final out right into the hands of Wilkinson. No runs, 1 hit.
1 runner left on.
No errors and 1 left on base. We are through 2.5, bottom of the third coming up. No score here at Centenary College, the home this year of the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships. Stay with us, friends. We'll continue in a few moments. Welcome back to Centenary College. Rob Hipp with Carl Schoening as we'll start things here in the bottom of the third inning. Leading off for Centenary. And we'll go back to the top of the order. It's the right fielder, number 9, Terry Johnson. Johnson was out for the first out back in the first. As she'll swing on this one, it goes foul and way off the end of her bat behind the third base line and into the bricks just in front of us. The early count 0-1.
Yeah, that drag bunt didn't quite go the way Johnson wanted it to, but she'll have another chance here and maybe try and pick up the timing. She had a little bit of a grip issue right there. She flipped her grip while trying to place that bunt down.
Rasmussen's 0-1, and this one out of the zone for a ball to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, the second baseman there, Bree Hale, really playing in, almost even with the pitcher.
1-1 wind up in delivery. Out of the zone as well, and another ball, 2-1 the count. Now this Centenary College, Margot Smith leading the team with 19 runs, Wendy Gillette with 18. Another one hit here over to third. Duenas throws to first for the first out. Not able to beat that one out. We're 1 away here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Duenas was playing up as well during that entire at-bat, and pretty much since that first bunt attempt was trying to get that out recorded because she knew the ball was coming her way.
Bring up second in the order, the left fielder, number 27, Cassie Gonzalez. She's 1 for 1 as she singled back in the first and stole over to second, but was left stranded. She's also 4th on the team in runs with 17 here in 2019. She'll swing on this one, hit foul just behind the net, and the fans over off the third base side. The early count 0-1. Gonzalez also 3rd on the team in stolen bases with 9. She is 2nd with hits. She's got 33 in the season. Wendy Gillette with 38, leading all players here for Centenary. The 0-1. Look close, but they're going to say a ball, 1-1. Appreciate the water a while ago, Carl. It's getting a little hot out here.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a theme through the weekend, I imagine. Not a cloud in sight to save us from the sun.
1-1 pitch. This one chopped over to first. Fumbling around, trying to get back and making the tag unassisted for the second out. Good job there by Campo, able to recover from the flub off the first base line. 2 away. Brings up third in the order, the first baseman, number 24, Wendy Gillette. We talked about her just a few moments ago. Second on the team in runs with 18. She's first in RBIs with 28. You'll commonly hear me sometimes say ribeyes or cooking a steak. That's what I'm talking about. First one on the way is a ball outside of her reach. Early count 1-0 on Wendy Gillette. Also 38 hits, and she has just been an excellent player for Centenary this season. Next one she'll swing on. This one pops up over to short, making the grab off the left hand is Stevenson. And a quick 3 up, 3 down to start things for Centenary in the bottom of the third. That'll take us through the inning. We'll climb our way to the top of the fourth. Stay with us, friends. No score here in the 2019 Game Number 2 SCAC Softball Championship. We'll be right back on SHN Sports. Welcome back, Centenary College here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Rob Hipp with Carl Schoening, Nathan Height running the board for us. We appreciate you joining us here on SHN Sports. Hey, friends, wanted to remind you, if you're on the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And the reason is you'll stay up to date and alert when we go live for all games here in this conference tournament. So, again, hit that subscribe button. You'll receive alerts if you choose to do so. We'd love to have you on our channel. Leading off for the University of Dallas Crusaders, third in the order, the third baseman, number 28, Julie Duenas. She's 1 for 1 as she singled back in the first, but was left stranded. First pitch, though, out of her reach. 1-0 early count as Aldridge remains on the circle, or in the circle, for Centenary. 1 ball, no strike delivery. This one got the corner inside for the strike. 1-1 as Duenas looked at it. Always amazed me here in softball how these girls are able just to put so much velocity behind these balls from an underhand swing, Carl.
Throw, and yeah, that the windmill motion, as I call it, as say big wind-up. And honestly, it's a much more natural throw than the baseball throws, which is kind of a slingshot and can be damaging for the elbows. These softball pitchers can go a long time.
2-1 on the way. This one hit foul off the first base side behind the fans, and the count remains, or actually goes to 2-2 even. Here in the top of the fourth, no score. University of Dallas Crusaders. They may be 6th in the SCAC with only 2 conference wins, but they're holding tough here against Centenary. Next one swung on and hit, or swung on foul into the brick behind us. Staying alive and battling on a 2-2 is Duenas. Duenas, a sophomore. Next one a ball, 3-2, the first payoff pitch we've seen of the afternoon here in this contest, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, we saw one back in the leading off with Centenary, so this is the second payoff pitch we've seen of the afternoon. 3-2 on the way. Over to short, grounds, trying to beat it out, and she won't get there in time. Nice field work by Magoo over to Gillette. We've already called that once this afternoon. We're one away here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, some solid defense behind the pitcher, Nicole Aldridge, today, and they're trying to make quick work of Dallas.
Brings up fourth in the order, cleaning up the center fielder, number 13, Liz Cordova. She's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Takes the first one, though, for a strike, 0-1. Cordova, 5'9" sophomore from Oklahoma City, out of Mount St. Mary Catholic High School. 0-1. She'll pop this one up into the air. Center fielder Campbell says, "I've got it," and with the left hand snags it down for an easy routine pop up over to center for the second out. 2 up, 2 down we are. Take us to fifth in the order, the designated player number 2, Caitlin Lazarick.
Now batting number 2, Caitlin Lazarick.
Lazarick 0 for 1 this afternoon, as she was out on a short to first grounder for the first out back in the second. Delivery, windmill windup on the way, and out of the reach for a ball, 1-0 early count on Lazarick. Lazarick from Seattle, Washington. She came a long way, and out of Holy Names Academy. Next one a strike in the zone, 1-1 on 2 outs. She's just one of a handful of players from out of the Lone Star State for the University of Dallas. Next one out of her reach for a ball, 2-1. Good eye there by Lazarick.
Wonder how you recruit Seattle all of a sudden if you're a University of Dallas, but bring in a good player.
2-1, way up into the air. This one may be catchable in foul territory, and the catcher able to come around. No, it was Gillette over from first. She ran all the way over and caught it for the third and final out. I didn't see her, Carl. We had equipment over here, and I did not see Gillette take off and grab that just in foul territory as it dropped right in front of the net. But, hey, 3 up, 3 down. University of Dallas will take it. No runs, hits, errors. Of course, nobody left up on the 3 up, 3 down. As we are through 3.5, bottom of the fourth. Moments away. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC Softball Championship continues from Shreveport, Louisiana. Welcome back on the campus of Centenary College here in Shreveport, Louisiana. The 2019 SCAC Softball Championships. I'm Rob Hipp with Carl Schoening, leading off for Centenary. No score, by the way. Leading off for Centenary, fourth in the order.
Catcher number 3, Sydney Hurley.
Leading off fourth in the order, the catcher number 3, Sydney Hurley. She's 0 for 1. As she popped one up and the catcher caught it back in the first for the second out. No score yet here. Both these teams trying to find a little life. They haven't been able to find it yet. The pitching has been great on both sides. Rasmussen on the mound for the University of Dallas Crusaders. Of course, under head coach Caitlin Dykes. First pitch on the way. Outside for a ball, 1-0 early count on Sydney Hurley. Got her on the just on that outside corner in the zone for a strike, 1-1. Hurley, a senior catcher, 5'7" from Diboll, Texas. Transfer from Northeast Texas Junior College. One delivery. Too far to the outside. Came up and just out of the reach. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs for the leadoff Sydney Hurley. Delivery climbed way back up high, too, for a ball, 3-1 on no outs. Well, on a 3-1 here, Carl Hurley's got some options. She doesn't have to take it unless it's good. The delivery here on the 3-1, and she swung on it. Brings it to a full count at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch coming up in just a few moments off the right-hand windmill of Rasmussen. She swung on, stays alive as it goes foul over behind the net, and the fans off the first base side. The count remains 3-2. Of course, make sure to stay with us after this game is over. There'll be interviews with the winning coach and some players. Those videos will also be up courtesy of the SCAC. Make sure to follow the SCAC, by the way, on Twitter at SCAC_sports. Next one takes the ball, and she'll have the leadoff walk with no outs. It's Hurley over at first. And, Carl, going back to game one that you called, we didn't see a lot of walks in that game.
No, I guess not, but I don't have the score sheet right in front of me. 1 second. Yeah, just handful of walks, but obviously the name of the game in softball is to try and put it in play and get on. But if you can be patient and draw a walk, that'd be really key.
So when you talk to a lot of not just baseball players, but of course softball players, sometimes you look at that batting average and it may be pretty low, but the on base is really high, and that's really a more pertinent number, if you will, as far as what you're looking at.
Now for that for the ladies, designated player number 8, Aaron Lewis.
Brings up fifth in the order, the designated player number 8, Aaron Lewis. He was out in the third out back in the first. 0 for 1 is Lewis here this afternoon. First pitch out of the reach, 1-0 early count on the ball. Aaron Lewis, a sophomore, 5'7" from Leesville, Louisiana, out of Leesville High School. Not sure where Leesville is at. She calls time, now steps into the right-handed batter's box. And the chalk's almost already gone out of that area. Next delivery, a strike, 1-1 even. Good delivery by Rasmussen. Hurley resting over at first after the leadoff walk moments ago. No score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. No outs for Centenary. Again, they finished the season 12-10 in conference. It puts them at a 5.45% rate. Pops this one up over, and some confusion now. The University of Dallas Crusaders able to make the play. Hale came over from second. I think there was initially a little bit of confusion on who was going to snag that. Hale finally said she got it, and she did. Just to the infield there over at second for the first out.
Yeah, they're all having a little laugh about it, but they almost ran into each other, and that could have been disastrous and led to runners at first and second with no outs. Instead, they'll keep a runner on first and only have 1 out.
It's one of those where you laugh if it works out and you're mad if it doesn't. Brings up 6 of the order, the third baseman, number 20, Margot Smith. Right-handed batter hit over the shortstop. Stevenson makes the grab with the left glove. Right over at short. She just had to take a couple of steps back. 2 away. Here in the bottom of the fourth.
Center fielder number 17, Haley Campbell.
Brings up 7th in the order, the center fielder number 17, Haley Campbell. She reached on a hit by pitch, and then was eventually, she stole over to third eventually, and then was left stranded back in the second. First pitch is a strike to her, 0-1. Well, Carl, we were talking earlier here in Division III covering this tournament, and then you'll be doing some Big 12 action here coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Big 12 does a little bit differently. Instead of double elimination, they have pool play.
0-1, runner trying to steal over to second. She'll be there in time. It was a ball on Campbell, and the stolen base by Hurley into scoring position.
Yeah, so in this tournament, the winner of this game will go on to play a second game today against Southwestern, and the loser will go on to play Trinity tomorrow. Or excuse me, the loser will go on to play the loser of Game 3 and Game 5 tomorrow is the first game of the day.
Next pitch of ball, 2-1 on Campbell.
And the loser of this game will play the loser of Game 3 between Texas Lutheran and the winner, or excuse me, and Shriner. So I imagine that'll be.
Now this one a base hit. Runner going to try to come around and score. Diving, and she is out of there. Oh, baby, she didn't get to the home plate. Nice throw and a great job by the catcher, Couch, to get under it and protecting the run from coming in, and more importantly, forcing that third out. And nothing on the board. Oh, man.
One hit, one left on
No
base.
runs, one hit, no errors. They leave one on base. An opportunity there for Centenary, not able to get in due to the great work of the University of Dallas on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, make
No
sure to
score
stick
as we go to the
around
top of the fifth. Stay with us,
all
friends.
SCAC
We'll be back here in a few
softball
moments on
tournament
SHN Sports.
Following the 4 p.m. contest.
Welcome back to the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships here on SHN Sports. As we get started in the top of the fifth inning, no score, leading off for the University of Dallas, 6 in the order. The left fielder, number 8, Bree Torres. She is 0 for 1 this afternoon. This one back in the fence behind us. The early count 0-1 on the foul ball.
It does hit our monitor.
Hit it twice.
Oh, well. Maybe I should move this up a little bit.
Yeah, do that, Carl, and then let's put this other piece of plastic behind it. That may help protect it a little bit. Next one looked like it was to the outside. For a ball, 1-1 even count on no outs. Hey, wanted to welcome in all of our friends on the YouTube stream watching us here this afternoon. Minuteman sending a message earlier. There is sound. We checked it. And then Harley Crane. Appreciate you, Harley. Thanks for joining us here and your kind comments. As we're working hard to bring a good quality broadcast. These kids deserve it. These student athletes deserve it. That's what we do here, is help promote these athletes. 2-1 count. Next one. This one a base hit over to center. And she'll single. The leadoff single on no outs is Bree Torres. She's clapping her hands and fired up, and the University of Dallas has every right to be. Bring up 7th in the order, the right fielder, number 6, Mackenzie Tano.
Now batting number 6, Mackenzie Tanner.
She's 0 for 1 as she popped one up over to right field for the third out back in the second. That was on a 2-2 pitch. First delivery of ball too low. I think Coach Dykes liked that one. She was kind of threw her hands up in the air. And it is a strike, actually, 0-1. That's why she didn't like it.
You got to take the call as it comes, and you got to also take advantage of the leadoff runner.
So it was a strike. Next one hit foul and takes a slow roll back just in front of us here behind the home plate. The early count 0-2. And Bree Torres with the leadoff single resting over at first. Mackenzie Tano trying to advance her into scoring position. No score here in the top of the fifth inning. Pitch high to the outside. First ball on the third pitch brings the count to 1-2. A little bit of breeze blowing here. That pitch out of the zone to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on no outs. and some time is called here. In fact, the home plate, Charles Vincent, is the one calling it. He wanted another ball thrown in there, Carl. Or did the catcher want that? I didn't see who.
Probably the catcher, but you have to honor the request, I guess, or you don't have to if you're the home umpire, your discretion.
2-2, chopped up. That one out of the reach. A base hit. Runners on 1 and 2. She's able to beat it out safe. Torres over to second. Tano at first. And the University of Dallas Crusaders finding some light here in the top of the 5th. We'll have a discussion in the circle.
Yeah, not the situation you want to be in a scoreless game in the 5th inning. And Centenary in a little bit of trouble here as a opportunity for a sacrifice down the third base line to advance the runners into second and third. And then it would just be a sacrifice fly needed to give Dallas the lead.
Number 17, Karina Campo.
Well, as I stated, this is a 6-seeded Dallas team, a 2-20 conference record, 7-31 overall, but they're not showing any of that this afternoon as they come in here on a 6-game skid. They said, we're going to erase it all and start fresh. 8th in the order, the first baseman, number 17, Karina Campo. She hits this one over to Short. Short will throw to third for the first out. Almost able to get there in time. It was Torres. She didn't know what to do, though. She kind of stopped because she thought maybe that ball was caught by the shortstop, but it was actually in the dirt.
Yeah, the way she was going, there would have been a double play had she caught it on the line drive. But then a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of good luck, I guess, for Dallas University that she noticed that it was caught up. But oh well.
So Campo will reach on the fielder's choice. This one hit, trying to throw over to first and not able to beat that one out. As Smith comes all the way over from third and throws to first for that out.
I suppose that'll go down as a sacrifice in the official scorer's book, but with 2 outs left, a base hit is needed to bring in at least 1 run here in this 5th inning for University of Dallas.
So the second out on the catcher over to first. Runners at 2 and 3. 0-1 count here as the back to the top of the order, the shortstop, number 7, Caitlin Stevenson. So again, runners on 2 and 3, both in scoring position. The Crusaders have left 2 on here in this game. They don't want to do it here. They're trying to get a run on. Here in the 5th, no score. The next one a ball as Stevenson looked at it. Good eye, 1-1. Aldridge in the circle. 1-1 Windmill. This one chopped over to second. Wilkinson over to first. Not able to beat that one out is the batter for the third out. In this inning, no runs on 2 hits. There was no errors and 2 left on here in the 5th, in the bottom of that inning. So we'll step aside. We'll take her in the top, I beg your pardon. We're midway through 4.5. We'll take a break, or we're through 4.5, midway at the 5. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC Softball Championship continues in just a few moments. Welcome back to Shreveport, Louisiana on the campus of Centenary College. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Carl Schoening in the sunshine this afternoon here for the 2019 SCAC Softball Championship powered by SHN Sports. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you to all those on the YouTube stream right now as well. As we are scoreless, moving here to the bottom of the fifth inning, Centenary trying to get on the board. Leading off will be eighth in the order, the second baseman, number 2, Jamie Wilkinson. That first pitch off the right arm of Rasmussen, way too high upstairs. Early count here, 1-0 on Wilkinson. Another pitch is a ball, 2-0 count.
So Caitlin Stevenson looked like might have strained her hamstring on that last play in the top of the fifth. So she's left the game, and now moving over to second is Mel Savala, and playing second, moving over to shortstop is Bree Hale. Just a heads up about the Dallas defensive lineup change. They were just telling us about that a moment. They were just telling me about that a moment ago, so you know.
Appreciate that, Carl.
So Stevenson, hopefully she's able to recover. She's just hanging out in the dugout at the moment.
3-0 count here. Next one in for a strike brings it to 3-1. So Savala out there at second. This one hit over right up the middle, diving. And that's a base hit and a leadoff single on a 3-1 pitch for Jamie Wilkinson. A good hit there by Wilkinson brings us to the bottom of the order, the shortstop, number 33. And we'll have another runner come in here. It is number 4. Pinch running for Centenary is Peyton LeBlanc, is how it's pronounced.
LeBlanc?
So it says LeBlanc, but it says LeBlanc here on the pronunciation guide.
Silent C? All right.
Must be. So Peyton LeBlanc, according to the pronunciation guide. Trying to steal over to second, diving, and she's out. LeBlanc took off and was not able to get there in time. And she was caught stealing for the first out. 1-0 count on Becca Magoo. That pitch was a ball. Magoo. This one won't drop for over at center, and that'll be the second out.
Now batting number 9, Terry Johnson.
Brings us back to the top of the order, the right fielder number 9, Terry Johnson, who's 0 for 2 this afternoon. The first out coming in the first on a payoff pitch. Also on a 5-3 in the third for the first out on a 2-1 count. Left-handed batter. She'll run up, makes contact, throws over to first, and she's not able to beat it out for the third out. Great play by Duenas there to throw over to first for the third out.
No one left on.
No runs on one hit, no errors, one left on as we are through 5. Top of the 6th coming up. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC softball tournament continues on SHN Sports. Back in action we are from Shreveport, Louisiana here at Centenary College. Rob Hipp with Carl Schoening. Thanks for joining us for the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships here on SHN Sports. Game number 2, we're scoreless as we start things here in the top of the 6th inning. We go back to the University of Dallas at bat, and leading off is number 5, Madison Couts. She is 0 for 2 this afternoon. The first one on the way was a ball, 1-0 early count. Next one. Inside corner for the strike, 1-1. Good delivery by Aldridge. One over to left. This one dropping into the glove of Gonzalez for the first out. Just in front of the 199 marker in the corner. One away.
Yeah, gave that ball a ride, but just didn't quite have any wind behind it, as the only wind seems to be going across the field left to right.
Brings up third in the order, the third baseman, number 28, Julie Duenas. She's 1 for 2, singled in the first, but was left stranded, and then out on a short to first grounder for the first out back in the fourth. First pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1. Oh, Carl, we're in the 6th inning. Somebody's got to find some life here.
Yeah, Dallas had its best opportunity there in the 5th, but couldn't quite bring anybody around.
Swung on up the middle. That's a base hit for Duenas. She is having a good game if they could just bring her in. She's now 2 for 3, brings up 4th in the order, the center fielder, number 13, Liz Cordova.
Yeah, she's also been – Duenas is playing really well defensively as well, so she's getting an early MVP vote from me for this game here as we're in the 6th inning.
Cordova checking her wrist there. She's got just some plays on her wrist. That one hit up over and trying to make the dive and not able to get there in time, and both runners are safe. Beautiful hit right in front of Campbell over at center, and back-to-back hits here for Dallas. They did it back in the 5th to start things, and they've done the same thing here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Duenas caught up in a similar situation from earlier that he wasn't quite sure if there was going to be a run scored, or excuse me, the ball was going to be caught. So she wasn't quite sure if she was going to head to second or have to need to return to first, and she got caught up but still was able to slide in safe.
And a new pitcher will come in, as that'll be it for Aldridge. We'll bring in another pitcher here, number 1 for the Centenary College team. It's Hannah Scoggin from Diboll, Texas, if I heard that correctly.
Pitching for the ladies, number 1, Hannah Scoggin.
So it is Hannah Scoggin coming in now. Aldridge, of course, will be responsible for those 2 that are on. Well, Aldridge will pitch through 5 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits, no runs. But again, those 2 that are on right now will be under her and be responsible. She only had that 1 strikeout. That came back in the first. And so Hannah Scoggin will get the warm-up pitches on the mound now for Centenary College. She's a freshman, right-handed pitcher. We'll step aside, Carl. We'll take a quick break. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage continues in a few moments. New pitcher on the mound again. It's Hannah Scoggin, and she will pitch to Lazarick, the designated player. The first pitch on the way, a ball, 1-0 early count on Caitlin Lazarick. Lazarick 0 for 2. She grounded one from short over to first for the first out back in the second, then popped one up over to first for the third out back in the fourth. Next delivery. This one hit over to left, making the running grab with the right hand of the glove is Gonzalez for the second out. Brings up 6 in the order, the left fielder, number 8, Bree Torres. Torres is
Now batting left fielder,
1 for 2.
Bree Torres.
She was singled back in the 5th, but then was caught stealing over to second. Also in the second inning, she popped one up over to right field for the second out. First delivery on the way. Too far to the outside. 1-0 early count on Torres. So again, Nicole Aldrich goes 5 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits, no runs, and 1 strikeout. Next delivery, the second one on the way. Too low. 2-0 early count on Bree Torres. The freshman in the circle. Looks down the windmill delivery. This one hit over to first, unassisted tag for the third and final out as Gillette makes it look easy.
No runs, 2 hits, no one left on.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on. We are through 5 1/2. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up in just a few moments. Stay with us, friends. 2019 SCAC softball champion coverage continues in a few moments. Welcome back, SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC softball tournament continuing here on SHN Sports as we start things in the bottom of the 6th inning. Centenary back at bat and leading off. In the second in the order, the left fielder, number 27, Cassie Gonzalez, the left-handed batter for Centenary. First delivery, first hit, over to the pitcher, throws to first. Rasmussen over to Campo for the first out. A quick 1 pitch, 1 out. Third in the order, the first baseman, number 24,
First baseman,
Wendy
number 24,
Gillette.
Wendy Gillette.
Wendy Gillette, another lefty. She is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out in the first. She did reach over to first, though, as it got away from the catcher. Thought about taking a swing on that one. Pulled back after she saw it was a ball. 1-0 early count. Good eye. Next one, another ball. Good eye again by Gillette. 2-0 early count. Wendy Gillette, a senior, 5'9", out of Orange, Texas, from Starks High School. Now a little conference, a little laughing out there. Scouts talking to Rasmussen, a lot of smiling. They'll try to get the rhythm back. Well, once again, I want to welcome everybody watching on the YouTube live stream this afternoon. Please make sure to subscribe to the SHN Sports channel. You can also enable notifications. Once you subscribe, you'll know as soon as we go live for every game here in the 2019 SCAC Conference Championship. Got the next one for a strike on the third pitch, 2-1 on 1 out. Delivery too far to the outside, way ahead now, 3-1 as Rasmussen falling behind. But if you're on the eyes of Gillette, you're looking good at 3-1. Some options here. Gillette standing in the center of the left-handed batter's box. Rasmussen's windmill wind up to the outside, swung on and a hit, and that's a base hit out to left. Gillette singles. And the fourth hit of the afternoon for Centenary. It's a one-out single, brings up fourth in the order the catcher number 3, Sydney Hurley. Hurley 0 for 1. Popped one up to the catcher for the second out back in the first, reached on a walk, then stole over to second, but she was out in the fourth for the third and final out. Back to a right-handed batter. Rasmussen's delivery. Curve too far to the outside. 1-0 early count on Sydney Hurley. One 1-0 again. This one a little too high to the outside. Brings the count to 2 balls and no strikes on 1 out. Another pitch too far to the outside. Brings it to 3-0. A lot of opportunities now for Sydney Hurley. 3-0 count on Sydney. Well, she'll hit this one over into her own dugout off the fence. Having a lot of chance and a lot of fun over there in that Centenary dugout this afternoon. Turn it up. You can hear a little bit of it back there. It's one of the joys of softball. They've always got a lot of great songs. Somebody needs to put them together on a CD. 3-1, swung around and missed on this one. Brings it to a full count at 3-2. Missed that one strike. Well, that one was a foul just moments ago. I always said, man, if these softball teams, they should put together a album of all their chants. It'd be a lot of fun to listen to. Payoff pitch. Moments away. Rasmussen in the circle. Lets it wind. Delivery. Swing on. And miss. Strikeout runner going to try to advance over to second. And she's safe on the stolen base. So Gillette will get the advance over to second. Hurley, though, will strike out swinging.
Aaron Lewis.
Brings up fifth in the order, the designated player, number 8, Aaron Lewis. Aaron 0 for 2 here this afternoon. A little bit of a conference mound here as the Crusaders talk things over in the circle.
5 for 24. 5 for 24.
And a pinch runner out over at second. Adair will pinch run over at second is Adair, number 5 for Centenary. So Adair the pinch runner and scoring position at second. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. No score. Centenary trying to find something. Aaron Lewis trying to give that opportunity. And a hit by pitch will advance the runner over to first. Got hit in the right part of the ankle there, the right foot. If that wasn't a hitter, it could have easily been a wild pitch, but it got to her first, and Aaron Lewis will reach as the tattoo shop opens up again for the second time this afternoon for Centenary. Campbell got hit earlier. And another discussion as everybody comes in and chats things, or at least all the infield for the University of Dallas defense. Caitlin Dykes and staff going over and talking. And another pinch runner.
running number 25, Nicole Gant.
This will be number 25, Nicole Gant, over at first, pinch running. So again, a pinch runner, Adair at second, Gant at first.
Now batting number 20, Margot Smith.
Brings us 6 in the order, the third baseman, number 20, Margot Smith. She's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Surprisingly, no score here through 6 innings so far, at least through 5 2/3. We'll call it how it is. First pitch, a ball, 1-0 early count. Too far to the out. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 away. No, Centenary doesn't care where it happens. They just want to get one in here. Margot Smith with an opportunity. In the circle, Rasmussen lets this one deliver to the outside. Another ball. 3-0 count on 2 outs. Paige Rasmussen, the pitcher, a freshman from El Campo, Texas, out of El Campo High School. Had a buddy that was up in that area. 3-0. This time gets the strike. She has got her options here. She steps out and calls time for a few moments. 3-1 the count. The 3-1 delivery. At her again for another strike. 3-2, the payoff pitch coming up. Once again, I want to welcome everybody watching on YouTube. Please make sure to subscribe, and you can also receive notifications once you subscribe. As we've got 2 more games this afternoon. We'll have 5 tomorrow and then either 1 or 2 on Sunday. That'll be the championship game depending on how the seeding works. We may go to 2. Swung around and missed for the third out, the strikeout. For Centenary. No runs on 1 hit.
No runs, 1
no
hit, 2
errors,
runners left on.
and 2 runners left on base. Well, what could be the final frame if someone scores here? Of course, Centenary will get the opportunity in the bottom of the 7th as well. No score. Final frame, possibly, unless we stay runless. Stay with us, friends. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC tournament continues here on SHN Sports.
Announced immediately following the 4 p.m. game.
Welcome back as we get underway in the top of the 7th inning. Rob Hipp here for SHN Sports and the University of Dallas Crusaders starting things and leading off 7th in the order, the right fielder, number 6, Mackenzie Tano, on a 1-1 count at the moment. One delivery, swung on, hit foul off the first base side. The count at 1-2. 1-2. Guess I can save a breath by not finishing the word 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Here in the top of the 7th, nobody scoring. Who will it be here in the 7th? Somebody's going to hit something. Somebody's going to get on the board. Next one swung on, hit foul, staying alive and battling on a 1-2. It's Tano. Tano, from the junior from Wiley, Texas, stands at 5'4", out of Wiley High School. Trying to give our team some life here in the 7th. Next one hit foul. That one over the fans behind us it goes. We counted 1 ball and 2 strikes. As it remains, she's still battling. One, 2 to the outside. Brings it even at 2-2 on no outs for Tano. She's been able to battle here the last 3 pitches. Able to stay at bat. 2-2. Got her inside, looking for the out. She's not happy. She is not happy. She had a little look there. She walked back on Charles Van Zant, and that's the way it goes. One away.
17, Haley Campbell.
That's the first strikeout for Scoggin. 8th in the order, first baseman number 17, Karina Campo. Campo chops this one foul.
Correction, number 17, Karina Campo.
Campo 0-1 on the count. She is 0 for 2 here this afternoon. Oh, 1 swung around, makes it no balls, 2 strikes on 1 out is Campo. And Karina Campo from my hometown, Georgetown, Texas. Georgetown also represented this tournament with Southwestern University. That game will be played at 6:30 tonight, the 4th and final game of Friday coverage. Campo from Georgetown. 0-2 count. Trying to give her team some life. A little 0-2-1 on the board. Scoggins delivery, swing on and miss for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Scoggin. Bring up 9th in the order last, but certainly not least. Number 4, Bree Hale.
4, Bree Hale.
Bree will chop this one over to third to Smith. Smith to Gillette for the third out. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base.
No one left on.
As it is getting hot here in Louisiana in the sunlight. It's only 80 degrees, but it's warm. No score. Bottom of the 7th. Opportunity for Centenary to walk this one off. We'll step aside and take a break. SHN Sports coverage of the 2019 SCAC softball tournament continues in a few moments. Back in action here from Shreveport, Louisiana on the campus of Centenary College. Opportunity for Centenary to walk it off here. No runs for either team. Bottom of the 7th. Leading off for Centenary, the center fielder number 17, Haley Campbell. Campbell this afternoon is 0 for 1. Beg your pardon. Yeah, she's 0 for 1. She got hit by a pitch. First one a ball, 1-0 early count on Campbell. New pitcher also on the mound for the University of Dallas Crusaders. It's Maggie Watts, right-handed pitcher. Next one too close to the inside, 2-0 early count. Maggie Watts from Arcadia, Louisiana, out of Simsboro High School. This is Caitlin Dyke's first season as the head coach of the University of Dallas. And a leadoff single for Haley Campbell. Oh, baby, trying to make it interesting here and get that walk-off. She's got an opportunity getting on that first base for her teammates. The leadoff, no-out single. Brings up the 8th in the order, the second baseman, number 2, Jamie Wilkinson.
Now batting number 2, Jamie Wilkinson.
Wilkinson is 1 for 2 this afternoon. First pitch to her is a ball, 1-0 early count. And bullpen is shouting, Jamie Joe, Jamie Joe. Next pitch, too close. 2-0 with no outs. Well, a nice time here just to make a little contact, maybe just put it over the fence if you're Centenary. Jamie wanted a little bit of time. Now she's back in. Pitch on the way to her. This time, across for the strike, right in the zone, 2-1. Next delivery. Trying to steal over to second. Diving, sliding, and safe. Oh, baby, the stolen base by Haley Campbell. Haley Campbell with her 11th stolen base of the season. She is 11 for 12, and now a little infield discussion by the Crusaders in the circle. Wilkinson on a 2-2. Well, a hit here could end it, depending on where she places it. She could have an opportunity to drop it over left center, depending on where she makes contact, if she can make it. Pitch on the way. She'll hit. Early swing goes foul off the first base side. Staying alive on a 2-2. No outs. Bottom of the 7th. Centenary, 0. The University of Dallas, 0. The 2-2 pitch on the way. She hits it hard. Oh, my goodness. That one lines right into the Centenary dugout. And they're over there yelling at her as a joke. You know, it's kind of crazy because you have the protection somewhat of the nets in front of you, but that one went right in between the nets. And Coach Swear over there, he's putting his hat on, putting the helmet on. He borrowed the helmet from his player for a second and put it on. He's having fun this afternoon. 2-2 on the way, too far to the outside, and a full count coming here for Jamie Wilkinson. 3-2. Centenary trying to say good afternoon and get this victory. They can walk it off. The payoff pitch on the way. Hit, foul, over off the first base side. The count remains 3-2. Well, Carl, things getting pretty interesting here. A chance for Centenary to walk this game off.
Yeah, they have plenty of opportunities, too, with no outs on the board.
The payoff pitch. Watts on the mound. The right-handed delivery swung up and drops right into the pitcher as she took a few steps out of the circle for the first out.
Now batting the shortstop, number 33, Becca Magoo.
Brings us to the bottom of the order. Last but certainly not least, the shortstop, number 33, Becca Magoo. She is 0 for 2, struck out looking for the third out back in the second, then was out for the second out in the 5th as she popped one up over to center. The right-handed batter, Magoo. A hit here could do it. And a hit is there, over to right. Runner coming around second, trying to hustle her way in, and that's it, baby. The walk-off. Centenary wins 1-0. The stakes have been cooked. The game is over, baby. Give it to Becca Magoo, bringing in her player, Haley Campbell. It took them all 7 innings to get there, but they got it. And Centenary takes game number 2 here in the SCAC softball tournament. Stay with us as we'll have discussion and more here in just a few moments. We'll also have post-game interviews. We'll be right back in a few moments.
going to get to go here. All right, we're back at the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships. It's Game 2 wrapping up in a walk-off fashion as Centenary picks up the win 1-0 over the University of Dallas. I'm joined by sophomore Becca Magoo along with head coach Mark Swear. And Coach, Becca, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coach, it was a great game to watch from a fan's perspective. What was it like to be the head coach of the ladies, and how proud are you for them to get it done there in the bottom of the 7th inning?
It was a little bit frustrating. We had chances early, and we just didn't execute some things. We got to give a whole lot of credit to Dallas. They came in very prepared. That's the best Dallas team we've seen in a while. But it's frustrating when you get yourself in position and all you got to do is lay down on the bunt. You can't quite get it done, or you're swinging a bad pitch in a crucial situation. But we've done the whole year we've done things like that, and we've eventually find a way to get it done. And the thing is, those girls in the dugout believe in each other, and they'll do anything for each other, and it showed today in the last inning.
All right, Becca, walk-off RBI base hit for you. Just sort of take me through that at-bat, 0-0, tight game throughout, but you were able to come up with that clutch hit. Sort of take me through what happened and how exciting was it to come through in the clutch?
It was wild. Coach just told me just hit it the other way, so that's all I was thinking, really. I was like, okay, hit it the other way, and I saw the first pitch and it looked good, so that's all I was thinking was keep my hands inside of it, hit the other way, and it worked out for the best. I'm thankful we had Haley Campbell on second. She's fast, so she got there. So it was just exciting. Yeah,
so a big win. Obviously, you move on to play a second game today. How much does a win like that kind of in walk-off fashion, even though maybe there were moments of frustration, to kind of come out on the right end of a walk-off game, does that give your group confidence going into tonight's game against Southwestern?
I mean, I think it gives us confidence. We're always confident in each other. I think we all believe in each other all the time. I had a strikeout looking at my first at-bat, but my teammates knew that I could get it done there, and we all have full confidence in each other every single at-bat, every single play.
Coach, a couple of things. 1-0-0 means you got to have good defense and good pitching throughout the course of the game to allow yourself to have the opportunity to have the walk-off. Talk about what you saw from your defense and from your pitching staff.
Nicole Aldridge is a 4-year starter for us. She's been in conference tournaments every year, and she always has a way of stepping up at the end of the season. And when determining who would be our starter for this game, that's why we went with her, because we felt like we needed a fast start in the circle, and she definitely gave us that today.
And finally, the goal today was 2 games in one day. You take first step in winning the first game. Now you got to face a good Southwestern team this evening. Kind of what's the message to your women? How do you try and come back and try and put forth another great performance?
Right, we've talked about it already. It's one game at a time. It's one pitch at a time, and we do our best. And whatever the scoreboard says at the end of the game, if we've played our best, is that's good for us.
Centenary College ladies picking up a win today in Game 2 of the SCAC Softball Tournament Championships. I'm joined by sophomore Becca Magoo along with head coach Mike Swear. The ladies advancing to face on Southwestern in Game 4 tonight, Friday's nightcap. Coach Becca, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Now continue to join with us here at SHNSports.com. 30 minutes, actually probably a little bit more than that. We won't start on early. We'll get started at 4 o'clock here this afternoon. Come check us out. We'll continue this 2019 SCAC Softball Championships. We'll have to sign out.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
problem.
Coach.
No problem.
Thank you.
Congratulations.